The much anticipated matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Super Bowl 37.
Become the captain of the ship. Cannons locked and loaded, so it's time to flip the script. Cruising through the bay on that Buccaneer battleship, sold up, screaming out, so buck what you heard. So buck what you heard. So buck what you heard. So buck what you heard.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Buck What You Heard. My name is Gene. You can reach me at Buck What You Heard. You follow me, I will follow you back. Thank you for joining us, and I am joined by my esteemed co-host, Christina, Tampa Bay. Not Tampa Bay, but Tampa.
B-A-E. I'm doing great. How about you?
All right, I see you've invaded the team store already.
Yes, I got I got this actually before the Bucks won the game. I got it last week before the Green Bay Packers game. I wanted a Super Bowl Tampa Bay shirt. So yeah, I had to get it. It would be so
cool if you like crossed out the Y and put an E in.
An E? Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. No, but I like it. I like it a lot.
How are you doing tonight?
Oh my goodness. Like, I have been riding on a high all week. The Buccaneers are in the freaking Super Bowl for the first time in 18 years. Gene,
this is crazy.
What's happening?
But so for you, you've never experienced this. I mean, that where it really impacted you. How does this affect you?
Like, this is absolutely amazing. This is a dream come true because I've been saying year after year that the Bucks have what it takes to go to the Super Bowl because they have the talent. They are just missing that connection, that we have seen develop over the last couple of weeks in this team. This team is riding up. They're going up, up, up. There's just something that is absolutely amazing that's happening right now with this team. And it feels great. It really does feel great.
So when you were watching, and Michael Pless is going to join us, we are joined tonight by special guest, Real Bucks Talk, a guy that he's got all the answers, and we'll see when he comes on here, Michael Pless. For you watching this game, was there any doubt at any point that the Bucks were going to win this game for you?
Any doubt that they weren't going to win?
Yeah, just I mean, was there at any point where you're like, man, I don't know what are the Bucks gonna do here?
So honestly, I went into the game not worried at all, and they got the ball first, punched it into the end zone. Great, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Start off right, and I think they went. Did Green Bay go 3 and out on their first one?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, the Bucks started out, and the Bucks started out fast.
They started out very fast, and actually, I don't think there was a point in that game that I was nervous at all.
Really?
Yeah, I think after I watched what was going on, and the defense was dominating. Like, the defense won that game. You can say all you want about Tom Brady, but defense won that game. 100%.
One thing I will say, just for me, it was a win collectively. Because, and I'm going to get Michael Pless. We're joined by Michael Pless. How you doing tonight, my friend?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Great. One thing that I will say, this was a team effort.
Oh, absolutely. I do believe that as well.
We didn't see the Tom Brady of the first quarter or first half in the second half. And I felt like the defense did what they needed to do. And this is a team that looks nothing like any of the teams we've seen over the past decade, just by the way they've played. And plus, I want to get you to jump in here too as well.
Yeah. Are we talking about Packers game?
Yeah, we're talking about the Packers game. Yes,
yeah. It was, like you said, total team effort. Defense came up big when they had to. Offense made plays. So, yeah, just a great effort. And we were pretty much the better team throughout the game. I wasn't really worried, there at the end. I thought we controlled it very well, ran the football, and, had a little spurt there, with the turnovers, the 3 straight interceptions, but defense, they balled out. They took advantage of their opportunities as far as turnovers, and then they made stops when they had to. So big job there. And hey, Super Bowl it is. And we got the 2 best teams in the Super Bowl this year, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, how often does that happen?
Not very often. But these, you can see, like, when these 2 teams met in week 12, you could kind of see, like, okay, yeah, these are the best 2 teams. And it's just kind of picked up from there. And now both teams are rolling, and it should be a hell of a game.
Yeah. Christina, I'm going to start with you, and plus I'll get to you next. What on when you look at the Buccaneers as a whole, what do you figure is the strength of this team? Is it the offense or is it the defense for you? From what you see? You're muted. I think you're muted.
My bad.
No,
so, I'm going to go ahead and say, I think right now, after watching the Bucs play these last 3 playoff games, that the defense is dominating right now. The offense is doing amazing, but the defense is on fire. So the last couple of weeks, the defense was getting kind of exposed a little bit, and they weren't as strong as the offense, but now they're just way over the edge of how great they are.
Yeah. Plus, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, everything, definitely came together, after that bye week. And, you look at that Falcons game down 17-0. I think that was the big game where they got the confidence. Like, you could see, like, the changes were made, but then they got the confidence and really came on strong then, after that point, and then blowing out Detroit and then coming back and, taking care of Atlanta once again. So, yeah, I think that was just, they understood, what they're capable of, and they finally saw that. And then now in the playoffs, they've just been kind of just taking control from the start, which is something they're going to have to do again, next Sunday. And they really just been riding it out. And defense has definitely, I think, surprised a lot of folks. A lot of, outside national media definitely surprised by our defense and how they played and how they've, stepped up in the right moments.
Yeah. I think for me, it was all the way back to the Chargers game. And I think that was the game where the light bulb came on, and I was like, wow, this team has something special if they can put this all together. Because, again, the Buccaneers were down 17. I believe they were down 17-0. And they came back.
Yeah, 24-7. Yeah.
20 was 24-7. You're exactly right. And you saw that 2-minute drill.
Yep.
And I'm sorry. I mean, I've watched a lot of Bucs games, but that 2-minute drill was precision. And that showed me what this team could really do. And this was before Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown wasn't here. We didn't have the emergence of Leonard Fournette at that time. But you saw with the core that they had, what they were capable of doing against an NFL team that was, continuously moving the ball prior to everything that happened. So, I agree with you guys. There were games that did factor into, how we look at this team. But when you wanted to get a good glimpse of what this Buccaneers team could be and what they could do, I have to go back to that Chargers game. So
the Chargers game was big. And then also, like Michael said, the Atlanta Falcons game when we came back. If the Bucs are down, I get a little bit nervous, but not as nervous as I used to get, because we have Tom Brady, who is the best at coming back from big deficits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's a big factor, and that's why you go out and get a Tom Brady, right? Because he's got that ability. Last week was the second half. A couple. They're trying to be too aggressive. I think at a certain time, they're trying to put Green Bay away, and that's why you saw those vertical shots. Going to Mike Evans, and there's a couple there. Yeah, we could have maybe executed better on catching or just a little bit better throw. But Tom is like so cool and collected. And when he has to make plays, he makes the plays. And obviously we were able to get the first downs that we needed, to ice the game. And that's why it's really awesome to have him, because in those moments, I mean, he knows how to calm everyone down and raise their play. And that's something that, obviously this team hasn't had in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. Pless, I want to take a second to shout you out. I mean, Michael Pless was my original co-host, one of my original co-hosts back in the day.
Know that.
Yep.
Did you know, Michael, that the other day we did a 60-second SmackDown? You know how we do those? And I asked Gene a question about who his favorite co-host was. And do you know what he said?
Oh, don't even.
Me.
Oh, there you go. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So, that's the right answer. That is the right answer.
It's only the right answer because I was asking it.
Exactly.
Okay.
If it would have been anybody else, if Pless would have been up here and he was asking me the question, I said, "Oh yeah, you, of course, you got to be diplomatic here."
Of course. No, I just thought I would just share that. But go ahead, you can keep going, Gene.
Oh my God, you're totally throwing me off now. I gotta rethink life now. No, but seriously, I appreciate what you've done, and everything that Real Bucks Talk has done. I mean, I think you're probably one of the most important pieces of media that I have when it comes to following the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because of how you're invested, how you and Mark are both invested in this team. And, you're very honest about what you put out there. And, we struggle with this team underachieving for years. Yeah. And then, finally, here we are. I felt it was important to have you on just because of everything that this team has gone through. And here we are right now. And I think that we can all put to rest the whole, and I'm going to say his name on the show, Jameis Winston. I know a lot of people were upset. I was indifferent because I wanted this team to go to the Super Bowl. At the end of the day, that was my whole thing. It's about wins and losses. Everybody heard me say that. I was like, okay, whoever the quarterback is, let's see what they can do. Mm-hmm. And Tom Brady, by far, he is the greatest quarterback of all times. And I don't think there's any doubt about that, based on taking a team like your Tampa Bay Buccaneers and taking them, or guiding them, leading them to the Super Bowl. And there are intangibles. There's so many intangibles. Putting a team together that and helping them to learn how to win, helping them to win games that they don't normally win. And I think that goes a long way. And Mike, I think you can speak to that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Gene, for the kind words. You're the inspiration for us as far as Real Bucks Talk. You got us in, the podcasting world. So very thankful. And yeah, our time together, that was really awesome. We had a good run. We always talk about, Jason Licht and, how he's built this football team the right way. And, he's definitely doing a lot better. And he's learned from his past. He's learned from his mistakes. And so you got to give a lot of credit to Jason Licht for the move to realize that, hey, okay, I made a mistake here with Jameis Winston. It's not working out. Number one pick, 2015. We've given him the resources we thought he could use to be successful. And, we did a lot of things. We brought in different players. We brought in coaches, everything you could do for a player, but it just wasn't working. And for an opportunity to get the best quarterback in the game and Tom Brady, you have to go take that shot. And, you're a talented football team. You built it right. And you can't allow, turnovers or your to beat yourself. Yeah. And Jameis Winston was putting us in too many bad situations. And now you look at the difference this year, plus in the turnover margin, that means more wins, right? So, and you look at our playoffs, we're +3 in the turnover ratio, even with, Tom Brady's 3 interceptions last week. That just shows you how good.
Yeah, absolutely. And, for you, when you look at what Tom Brady's done, there are things behind the scenes that he's done to put this team in a position to where they've been successful. And we haven't had that. Right. And it's been like, there have been games where we've been behind. You watch Jameis Winston and, he's going to go out there, put his body on the line. He's going to do all this stuff. and there's a possibility we're either going to win the game or he's going to throw a pick six. But and I don't know if I could speak for you, and the kicking position and the quarterback position both, it's never been in doubt what Tom Brady or Ryan Suckup have going to be able to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I can count on Ryan Suckup no matter what. And then I can count on Tom Brady. Even, in the beginning there, it was a little rough with the deep balls, but he's learned how to work Bruce Arians' offense. Bruce Arians has learned how to work Tom Brady kind of offense. They've kind of they've meshed their skills together and have made the Bucs offense great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great comment there by Mr. Reed. I mean, the punts, yeah, they were kind of like punts. They didn't give, the offense a short field. And that happened way too many times last year and years prior. And it put, the defense in a lot of bad situations where the defense really couldn't show how good they were because of what they were being thrown into. And obviously they've grown a lot this season, and that's going to happen when you have a young secondary and you've added the pieces that you have up front, keep them together. And we all saw what a difference Vita Vea makes as far as him being back last week. And so, yeah, I mean, my credit really goes to Jason Licht and his staff. They really done a great job. And, so I've just
to jump off to piggyback off of that, I have to ask you, in your opinion, can you hold the conversation between Rich McKay and Jason Licht at this point, with the Buccaneers coming in, hosting a Super Bowl, in the way that Jason Licht went about the path that he went to get to a Super Bowl appearance? Can you start to make that comparison between Jason Licht and Rich McKay?
I think, there's definitely a comparison there. I don't think they're
no, and I guess maybe I'm using the wrong terminology because I hate comparisons. I think you do a disservice to both people. But for the longest time, we had Rich McKay and nobody else. Right. I think Wayne Fonts and maybe I wouldn't even say Bruce Allen and Mark Dominic were, in my opinion, were good general managers. I think they were placeholders. Yeah, but puppets. Yeah, they exactly. But when you look at where Jason Licht started with, the cupboard was bare. I mean, they had gotten rid of everybody. I mean, you blow up your offensive line and you don't have a wide receiver. I remember Vincent Jackson was injured and it was just Mike Evans and Adam Humphries. And then from there, you look at what you build this team into. And then you go years with Doug Martin. And then with Doug Martin and the situations that he had, whether it was injury or personal, then you got running back by committee. And to look at where Tampa started and the journey that they took and the couple of years of underachieving that we saw from them in the 2016 draft, and for Jason Licht to overcome that, to get to where he is, I mean, is he in the conversation as one of the best general managers that the Bucs have had?
Well, I think he's definitely in the conversation now. I mean, with the, Super Bowl appearance, and I think you could probably put him in that conversation, before this year, to be honest, because of what he's, like you said, when he came into this situation and back in 2014, this roster it was pitiful. Like it was beyond, it was unacceptable. I mean, there was just nothing there. Contracts were bad, salary cap, everything as far as, well, I'll say the salary cap was in a pretty good spot, but as far as you just had no cornerstones. You had no pieces outside of, the Gerald McCoy, the Levante David, a couple here and there, but there was a lot to work to be done. And he's really built this foundation up from the bottom and, adding to the offensive line. You look at the offensive line and what he's done. He did it 2015 with Donovan Smith, Ali Marpet, then going out and getting a Ryan Jensen, drafting an Alex Kappa, finding a Tristan Wirfs this year and, trading up for him, to get that guy. So, I mean, and then defensive line, Vita Vea, which was a pick that was criticized left and right. Yeah. Left and
we were the only ones, bro.
Yeah. Left and right. It was criticized. Oh, Derwin James this, Derwin James that. No, this guy was he's He's the meat of the defense. He's the guy that provides everything. He makes everything go. So to get that piece, and then now you've added, Antoine Winfield Jr., Devin White. Those are 3 cornerstones right there for your defense forever. Like, you got them for the next 10, 12, 15 years. So I will say, going to McKay, I think looking at it from this year to McKay's Super Bowl year, I would say they're very similar in how they all went in, because Rich McKay, when he went out and got Gruden, I mean, they went all out. They brought in 26 free agents offensively. Mm-hmm. And people forget that, they forget that we brought in 26 free agents on offense to really change what was there. And that was big. And then you look at this year, the big piece, obviously Tom Brady. We had the pieces to go on both sides of the football. Now it's just finding that leader and then adding some pieces here and there. Obviously bringing in a Gronkowski, that is huge. So I mean, a lot of credit to him.
Yeah, bringing Shaq Barrett back, bringing back Ndamukong Suh. When I look at this team, and this team is a little bit more organic. Well, no, I again, you kind of have to compare it because Jason Licht started out with Lovie Smith, then he went to it was Lovie Smith to Dirk Cutter to Bruce Arians. Whereas you had with Rich McKay, you had
Dungy. Before
Dungy, this was before Sam I Am. So you had Sam Weish, Tony Dungy, John Gruden. And so the comparisons are eerie when you look at that, and then you look at just what they've done. We can only look at Rich McKay's body of work and all of the Hall of Famers and potential Hall of Famers. There are a lot of people that should be in the Hall of Fame that are not. Don't get me started on that argument. But when you look at what these 2 general managers have done, it's eerily similar.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it definitely is. I think the big difference is obviously where we are with the cap situation. McKay, when he went for it in 2002, he really, he put the cap right up to the grind there. And then they were in trouble after those years because they had to make cuts and, aging veterans, etc. We know the story, but
you got to consider too the draft picks for Keyshawn Johnson, and then you got to consider the draft picks for John Gruden.
Right.
And I know that has to factor into this as well. And I think that when you compare the two, Jason Licht had a better situation because I think he was a little bit more in control of his destiny as they went along. But he's hit home runs on so many draft picks over the past couple of years. How has that factored into where the Buccaneers are now?
Huge. You look at it, Mike Evans, his first draft pick ever.
That was so nice. Did you see the mic'd up videos? Jason Licht said to Mike Evans, awesome. He was like, "You were my first one." And oh my God, that brought me to tears instantly.
Yeah. No, we remember that draft. Mike Evans was so happy to be in the NFL. We saw him crying and and he's been nothing but exceptional. So you nail your first draft pick, which is awesome. And then I think, going throughout the process, he's definitely got better. And he talked about it. He says he's, using his scouts and using his staff more and being more, everyone working together.
Yeah.
And he's definitely hit on draft picks, especially after the 2016 draft, shifting to 2017. He's been lights out from that point, I believe, and what he's been able 100%.
To. 100%. I'm right there with you. I think that we've gotten past Roberto Aguayo. I don't even think you can bring that up anymore. I think Vita Vea, Mike Evans, Antoine Winfield Jr., name a draft pick.
Devin White.
Yeah, Devin White. There you go. Mm-hmm. They have pretty much canceled that. I don't know. I think me and you were tweeting together, Pless, about the Tristan Wirfs move, where they moved up to get Tristan Wirfs. And Bucks Twitter lost their fucking minds.
In a good way or a bad way?
Bad way. They were
really? Are you kidding me?
No,
so that happened before I was on Twitter.
Because you would have been like, what the hell is going on here?
I'm like, do you see this kid right here? He's a beast, and he has done an amazing job Like he's only allowed, the last time I saw some stats on him, he's only allowed like 1 sack all season. How many rookies do you know who can do that? And he's gone up against some of the toughest defensive fronts in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. But
not many
again,
rookies can do that.
no,
Unless
go
your
ahead.
name is Walter Jones or Orlando Brown, or but you're talking about Hall of Famers right there, and that's where this kid's heading. I mean, if he keeps his head on track, stays healthy, I mean, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
So
another thing that happened really well in the offseason that Light did was, he restructured contracts to get Tom Brady here, which was another great thing. And that just shows the commitment that these players have to this team. Like Mike Evans restructured his contract. I think several times he's done it. And then was it Ali Marpet that restructured, or was it?
Yeah, Ali Marpet.
That was Ali. Okay. So yeah, he's restructured. So, those are great moves by the players and the, and management, because it just shows that like they're serious about this team and they want to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I heard about AB Whitehead. AB and Whitehead doubtful for the Super Bowl. I know that you guys are seeing the injury report. I would hold all of your.
It's too early.
Way too early. I promise you, and I'm going to say this on the show, and if I'm wrong, I'll come back on and admit I was wrong. But I could tell you right now, Antonio Brown, there's no way Antonio Brown is not going to play in the Super Bowl. Jordan Whitehead, more so is a concern because of the injury. And I've talked about this. I even talked about this on Twitter. I separated my shoulder skiing one time, and I cried like a little bitch because it hurt so bad. I hit a mogul, landed face forward, landed all my weight on my shoulder, separated my shoulder, and I was in pain. And there is no way that you can handle that kind of, you can handle contact against the injured shoulder. If he plays, I mean, you got to give him the game ball if he actually gets to play. Mm-hmm. So I don't.
I think they all play. I think they'll all be out there. It's the Super Bowl. They're going to do whatever they can to, get on that field. So it's whatever it takes mentality, and that's what they're going to do. So yeah, I'd be surprised if one of them is not in the game.
Yeah, and Antoine Winfield Jr., I predict that he will play. I would be shocked if he didn't. I think he was very close to playing in that NFC Championship game, but I just don't think he was ready. I
don't think they wanted to risk it either.
Yeah, 100%. He's one of those guys that he's a special player. And again, shout out to Jason Licht for that draft pick. That is great. Yeah. Hey, Pless, I know that you were only able to stay on for about 30 minutes, man. I appreciate you coming on. And, again, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you. And when can we expect the next Real Bucks Talk podcast from you? Yeah,
man. Thank you guys for having me on. Again, I'm sorry I can't stay the whole time, but Real Bucks Talk, catch us on YouTube. You just search at Real Bucks Talk. It's right there. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the little notification so you get your, pop-ups on your app. And we have a live stream coming up this Monday, every Monday, 8 p.m. So don't miss that. And then we'll have a big Super Bowl preview probably sometime Thursday. I'm
going to crash it. Trust me.
Thursday night. So we'll be diving.
Guys, trust me. I'll be on there somehow.
we'll be diving into the tape. So it should be a fun one. This is I feel a really good matchup for the Buccaneers, and I think they're going to pull it out and come out on top. So again, thank you so much for having me. And as always, go Bucks.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys. That was Michael Pless. We're going to take a minute or two here, pay some bills here, and we'll come back on, and I'll have Christina. Me and Christina, we're going to talk a little bit more. There's so much to talk about. I think Christina has a lot to say about Vita Vea, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And we will be back maybe 30 seconds. Who knows? Maybe 40 seconds. I don't know. We'll see. Be right back, guys. All right, shout out to Deck Bar and Grill. Christina, I got to get you out there. I hear the wings are amazing. I know you like wings. You are a wing connoisseur, allegedly.
Love wings. Love wings. Mm-hmm.
So we got to get you out there, and maybe we could do some kind of simulcast out there, and do that, because I know that you are an iPhone user, right?
Yeah, I do use my iPhone.
True story here. I'm actually getting ready to switch from Android to iPhone.
Yay! Welcome to the dark side.
I am going to the dark side. It was so funny because I actually have been I always research the phones.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the new Samsung is not going to have an SD card, that was one of the deciding factors, because I take a lot of 4K video. I do a lot of 4K video out there, and I film, whatever I film is in 4K. And so it takes up a lot of space. And the fact that Samsung is like, okay, no, we're going to take away from that. We want to be more like iPhone. Well, you know what? If you want to be like iPhone, probably we'll just go to
get an iPhone.
Exactly. So I could be like the cool kids, like Christina here. Yep. So it's funny. Buck Skull Gang in the house asked a question, and he's asking about the cannons. And I know that we're not going to get to hear the cannons, which is really depressing. I don't think it's fair.
I think they should at least utilize it a little bit, like pregame or halftime show, something like that. But they
got a freaking pirate ship. Use the cannons. Come on.
I know they just don't want it to be like home field advantage. I bet if it wasn't the Bucks in the Super Bowl, they would be using them not for touchdowns and stuff, but for, like I said, pregame, postgame. If the Bucks win, they better be firing those cannons, though, or I'm gonna run down to Raymond James and push the button.
And we better not see no damn horse on the field running around and stuff like that when the Chiefs score.
Ew, no.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, if we're gonna keep this all fair here,
do they have a horse? I know their mascot is a horse, but like
it's kind of like the Seminoles, but they stole everything. Kansas City stole everything from the Florida State Seminoles. They just did, and that's just what it is. I mean, the whole tomahawk chop thing started with Florida State. No, it didn't start with Kansas City, so I don't want to hear any of that stuff. Florida State was doing it way before that. And again, just like they stole everything else, they stole that. So,
yeah, but so if anybody doesn't know, Bucks are going to be wearing white jerseys, pewter pants, and then the Chiefs will be wearing their red jerseys and white pants. So a lot of people are upset about this uniform choice on Bucks Twitter, which I don't understand why. They're like 5-0 in white.
Do you own a white jersey?
I don't.
Why?
Should I probably get one?
You're so close to the stadium. I would kill to be by the stadium so I can go buy a white jersey. I know. With the little Super Bowl emblem on it.
I'll probably, if the Bucks win, when the Bucks win the Super Bowl,
just get one.
Yeah. But I have two red ones of current players. I have 2 red ones and I have 2 pewter ones. So
really? Okay. So I have a Doug Williams creamsicle, John Lynch white. I have a Michael Pittman red, Pontiac Williams red. I have Jameis Winston I have the Jameis Winston Pro Bowl jersey.
I have the Jameis Winston creamsicle. So anybody want that? Because I don't know what to do with it.
You know what? You can here. Wait, I can help you. Okay. So I got to show you this. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
You told me about this. Yeah.
I took a Jameis Winston Popo Funk doll here, and I put a 1 in front of it and made it a Mike Evans. So you can reappropriate things.
Yeah.
But you could do that. But I know. So I have that. And then I have the Mike Evans pewter jersey, and I love that. That's like my favorite jersey. And I just ordered the Mike Evans black Super Bowl jersey.
Oh, okay. And I heard a lot of people don't like the black jersey either. So I don't understand that.
Remember, I don't know if you remember the Sean King black and orange and pewter jersey that was way back. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Probably
I've seen black jerseys before, but I don't know.
They had the Bucks, and they had the Bucks creamsicle within the numbers and stuff. Yeah, this is kind of similar to that. But you
Mhm.
know what? The Bucks are in the Super Bowl, and this is where you have to take advantage. Are
Yeah.
you going to go to any of the events for the Super Bowl?
So yeah, I am going to the Super Bowl experience on Thursday. Yeah, I'm going to the Super Bowl experience on Thursday with my family and my boyfriend, and I'm really excited for that. I've seen lots of pictures of what downtown Tampa looks like, and it
Oh,
looks like tons and tons of fun. So I honestly cannot wait for that.
yeah. I think you may see me in Tampa for Gasparilla. I've been really, really pushing this off. I'm hoping that COVID is really pushed me from doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Guys,
Because I know you were thinking about coming for the Super Bowl, but
it's just so scary. I mean, my wife is a nurse, and I was talking with somebody that works in the lung transplant team, and they told me that there was a patient, they took their lung out, it looked like jelly from COVID.
Mhm.
That scares me. I mean, just you have no control over this. I mean, you may think that you can be healthy and you can get all through this. You don't know how your body's going to react to this pandemic, this virus. And guys, this is legit. Please take care of yourself. Please, please, please. I'm not saying this to be a worry word or anything like that, but please take this seriously. Social distancing, wearing a mask. I know you want to live your best life and you don't want to live in fear, but please consider this. This is very important.
Yeah. So, and another thing is the mayor here in Tampa, Jane Castor, announced that there is going to be an outdoor mask mandate in Tampa for Super Bowl week. So whether you're indoors, outdoors, you have to be wearing a mask. So that's just another way to keep everybody safe during the Super Bowl.
Well, there you go. That's and that's all I'm saying. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy this, but at the same time, please be safe because I mean, it's not worth your life. And
Absolutely.
I've got family. I know people that have lost family members to this. So to me, this is huge. And I don't want to see anybody lose their life. I mean, this is a huge moment for Tampa, where you've had the Stanley Cup is here in Tampa, the World Series, the road came through Tampa, and what was it, the
Rowdies.
Rowdies, and then here you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and all I can say to you right now is this is very important. This is a great game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have done something that no other team in NFL history has ever done, to host a Super Bowl. So much for the whole the whole Pro Bowl or All Pro
Screw
or
the Pro Bowl. What Rondé said. I ain't going. I don't got
Exactly.
time to worry about the Pro Bowl. I'm going to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna get me a ring. He said something like that.
There you
That's
go.
paraphrased.
Put a ring on it.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, I think Tom Brady even said to Devin White, Devin White was pretty upset that he did not go to the Pro Bowl. And Tom Brady said to Devin, don't worry about the Pro Bowl. We're going to get a ring. So
there you go. Shout out to Bucks UK from across the pond.
yes.
I would love to talk with you guys, and I think this will be a really good opportunity. You know what? Actually, if I don't know, Bucks UK is on right now. Actually, let me give them an opportunity to come on here. This is so exciting right now. You rarely get. I want to hear what the guys across the pond.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you gotten to watch their show? Bucks
I've
UK?
watched a couple of podcasts. Yeah.
They do an amazing job.
Yeah.
And well, I just sent a link over. We'll see if somebody gets to come over here real quick. But let's see. Just kind of going through the chat here. It's all about the pewter pants. There you go, man. That's
pewter.
what I'm talking about.
So
Shout out.
let me just say, like, pewter is one of my favorite colors. My first car was like a pewter color. I love the Buccaneers pewter. Everyone's like, it's brown. No, it's pewter. Okay, get out of my face. Pewter. So it's like brown or black. People say, I'm like, no, it's pewter. So I really like the pewter jerseys this year. Probably my favorite jerseys ever. Definitely.
Okay, so if you're looking at all your list of jerseys, what is your favorite jersey right now?
So my favorite jersey right now, and I've talked about it before on the show, is my very special Godwin Brady jersey. So I call it my Godwin Brady jersey because it's a pewter jersey, but it's number 12 and has Godwin on the back. So I call it that because it was printed. It must have been printed before Tom Brady came to Tampa, before Tom Brady was announced to come to Tampa. So I call it my Godwin Brady jersey because it'll give them both good luck when I wear it.
There you go. And you can't go wrong with that. Did you wear that jersey? Because the Bucks won when you went to the game you went to.
Yeah.
The Bucks won.
Yeah, that's the jersey that I wore when I went to the game. But I'm pretty sure the last two playoff games, I've been wearing Devin White's jersey. So I think I'm gonna stick with Devin White this Super Bowl.
There you go. For me, it is the Mike Evans jersey. Mike Evans is my guy.
Yeah.
When it comes to Buccaneers wide receivers, he is the GOAT.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are other players out there that I love, but at the end of the day, Mike Evans is the guy that has continued to do whatever it is he needs to do. And I cannot tell you what this team would be without him. There was a video, and I don't know if you saw this video. There was a video of Mike Evans when he was actually a rookie, when Mike Evans was just his career, his first catch. I saw his first touchdown catch, and just Mike Evans, what he's meant to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think it's just been incredible what we've seen. Alex from Bucks UK. What time is it there, brother?
It's 1:45 in the morning.
That's what I'm talking about. This is dedication. Folks, this is dedication to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right here.
Oh,
My
yeah.
guy, Alex. Me and Alex, we go way back. I've tried to con him into getting me one of those Bucks UK flags. It didn't work. This guy has stood his ground and said, no, you can't have it.
We don't make them, Gene. They're all made by our members. They do it all by themselves. We don't sell them.
Yep, and there you go. So what is your take? What is it like over in the UK for Bucks fans, for Bucks UK? I know there's got to be a lot of buzz with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to the Super Bowl. What is it like for you right now? Is this your first experience with the Bucks going to the Super Bowl?
It is, yeah. When we last went, I wasn't even a Bucks fan last time we went, 2002. I only started supporting the Bucks in 2012, so I've only experienced pain up to this season. But it's mental because we've got our national TV broadcasters such as the BBC and ITV, and the Buccaneers are now being mentioned on there. And prior to that just didn't happen. The Buccaneers weren't talked about. It was Tom Brady and the Patriots, not Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. So it's a completely different experience over here in the UK. But the sad or annoying thing is that due to COVID, of course, we're all under lockdown here in the UK as well, so we can't meet.
Can't come over.
So, no, I mean we can't come over, and we can't meet as well. As a club, as Bucks UK, we love to get together and do activities and meetups and things like that, and it's just typical Buccaneers, isn't it? The one season that we get to the Super Bowl, we can't do anything. But it's still just an amazing experience, and we're here at Bucks UK. We're absolutely loving it. We're just embracing the experience, embracing the moment, and just taking it in our stride. Especially because I'm apologies if we've got any listeners who are experienced, shall we say, but the last time that the Bucks were in the Super Bowl, social media wasn't around either, so it's a completely new way of communicating about all this. You couldn't just pop on Twitter and send out a quick tweet or go on YouTube and talk about it like this. It's completely different in a whole scenario, whole different scenario. It's incredible.
So I have to ask you, and I know Christina has some questions too. She's waiting to get in there, but real quick, do you have anything that you do on a regular basis, like before a game? Are you like superstitious, or is there anything that you do before a game, or do you fix a sandwich, or do you get out in the garden and barbecue or anything like that? I mean, do you have a special beer you drink? Nothing?
Some tea.
Not me personally. No, I'm not very superstitious. I don't get that nervous leading up to games. I don't know if you, I think you guys might have saw. I sent a tweet out in the third quarter against Green Bay, saying that we were going to win and we were going to the Super Bowl. And it was just after I tweeted that Green Bay came back and hit us, with all those scores. So I got nervous at sort of that point after fearing the absolute hate I was going to get on Twitter from sending that tweet out. But in terms of the build up to the game, any superstitions? No, for me, there's nothing. I don't know about Adam, Adam and Kieran, who of course you spoke to just after the game, Gene, on Sunday.
We talked for a while now. He's gone to sleep right now. He missed the best part of the show with you being on here, of course.
I did message him. I said, "Oh, G sent us a link," but no, yeah,
Let's go.
He's gonna be kicking himself in the morning. He's like, "Oh man, I went to bed and we missed the best part of it." No, but you guys are wonderful. I want to thank you. I mean, for 2020, I think being on Monday Night Football and being on with Bucks UK were two of the biggest points for me to be able to I mean, when I think of the high points for the season, those are two of the biggest points for me is getting on with you guys. I appreciate the love you've shown me. I'm really hoping that the COVID and everything gets, sorted out. Because I do hope to get over to the UK in the fall of this year. Awesome. My daughter is over in Birmingham, and so I want to get over there. I want to hang out with you guys. I've had a couple of opportunities to hang out with people that are Bucks fans over there. My friend Andy Finley's over in Scotland, and I've been to Glasgow and hung out with him, and him and all of his lot got me all drunk, and it was a bad situation. Then we go to a soccer game the next day, and it's 20 degrees, and again, just that fun, that camaraderie that you experience when you get to go over there, and what you guys do, getting to come over to Bucks games, and you guys are greatly appreciated, and I know that the Bucks organization really appreciates you as well.
Yeah, we're very lucky. We have, our relationship with the Bucks organization is sensational. It's not one we take for granted, and it's something as a club we are exceptionally proud of. It's not something that I think a lot of clubs are able to say that. And thank you for your kind words about us here at Bucks. Oh, Adam is here. Adam, come on, where are you? Come on, Adam.
He couldn't go to sleep.
He is here. And as a club, we just love to show our support for the Bucks as a whole. It's not one person here at Bucks UK. We've got over 400 members here, and we're still growing. We're reaching out to so many more Bucks fans.
Bro, I've been in your chat room during a game, and it's crazy.
Oh, it's you had to be there to experience it. Really, that the chat room, as you say, or our forum, and it just goes mental on game days. And as I said, thank you for your kind words about the club, Gene. And we were grateful to have you on our show. It was a great fun show to do as well. That feels like a while ago now. We've been doing the podcast for almost a year over Bucks.
And hopefully you guys, I haven't run you guys off with all my madness that I come on with all the time.
No. We're still sticking with you, Gene. We ain't going anywhere. so we're still with you. But and as we've said in your chat many times as well, we're fans of your show. You've got myself and Adam, and Pete was on the chat earlier as well. We're always tuning in. So just keep up the good work, guys. We love the show.
And the cool thing is we have Bucks Report. Bucks Report basically retweets your show. And so you get a little bit more you get a little more eyes on your show. I love what you guys do because you guys are pretty calculated in what you talk about. So I think that is great. And, what you guys do and how you present the Buccaneers is greatly appreciated. Christina?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've said it before, this is the first time that I've been a part of Bucks Nation as far as an online community, being on Twitter and doing podcasts and stuff. It's the first time, so I had no idea how many people are fans of the Buccaneers, not only outside of Florida, but outside of the country, especially in the UK. I always knew like the Bucs would go to the UK for the games, and I was like, oh, like the people over there just going just because like it's cool. And like I found out like there's tons, hundreds and hundreds, and then I found like your Twitter and your podcasts, and it's just absolutely amazing just to see how loved the Buccaneers are.
No, thank you, Christina. We really appreciate that. And you said about the number of fans that we had at the London game. We had sort of two sections of Tottenham Hotspur Stadium where we had a load of our members were behind the end zone, the Buccaneer end zone, and then we had another load of our members up in the top tier on the sideline. And again, the Buccaneers helped us out with that. They helped us get those tickets, and without them, our members would not have got to that game. And as I say, we're so grateful to be part of the Buccaneer community, to have that relationship with the Buccaneers, to be able to communicate with all and as many Bucs fans as we can, not just here in the UK, but over, such as you guys over in America. And it's something we take great pride in. And, we just want to continue to build the relationships, to expand our Buccaneer community, and absolutely Bucs worldwide, absolutely. Yep. And that's what we want to help be a part of, and it's just awesome. It's just amazing.
All right, hey, I want to get the dude in here. I know that we have not gotten to hear from him or hear his sage wisdom, but dude, I want to get you in here. We do have somebody from Bucs UK on with us. I want to hear from you.
First of all, I have to say, Gene, thank you for doing the show. Christina, that shirt, dude, we got to make this a thing. Like every week she comes with a shirt that's just straight fire. So it's like her shirt of the week segment. And
yeah, I think her t-shirt game is, well, it's not close to mine, but it's good though. It's good.
Well, yeah. I'm going to side with hers for obvious reasons, Gene. But Bucs UK. Let me just say something about Bucs UK. All right. It's been hard. Well, for Bucs fans, for the majority of their careers being fans. And most of us live in the Bay Area and could, be a part, quote unquote, of the team or the experience. But here's these guys across the pond who have suffered in the misery of being a Bucs fan that we all have for such a long time. And they've done it with class. They've done it the right way. When you as a fan group get the attention of the actual organization and they make it a point to include you and mention you and bring you back in, basically put you over like it's a wrestling show, it tells you that the Buccaneer fan base in the United Kingdom is probably one of the strongest globally outside the Tampa Bay area. And that's not a slight to anybody else. We love the Bucs groups all around social media and around the country. Buckaholics, Buck Invasion, all you guys. But Bucs UK brings something different to the table. And when we got the opportunity to start help promoting their podcast on the website and through our social media pages, Gene will confirm this with you. I called them up like a giddy little schoolgirl who just got asked to the prom for the first time. And I said, oh my gosh, we got Bucs UK. These guys are going to, this is awesome. And I want to thank them because the support we get from them, they call it a fan show. And sometimes that comes with a stigma, but these guys managed to run a fan show, but do it on a professional level. Why? Yeah. They mention everybody that supports them. They mention everybody that shares their content or helps them achieve what they're trying to achieve. And that's what this is all about. We've got.
And I want to jump in here real quick. They don't have hot takes. They're actually logically thinking people that are like, okay, this is what we see. And this is what we have to back up what we're saying right here. So go ahead. Go ahead.
No. You're absolutely right. And that's the thing. That's the beauty of our guys at Bucs UK. We love every Buccaneer fan, it doesn't matter who you are. Even the ones who are down there below us trolling in the comments, we love you, okay? But Bucks UK, what they are able to do is bring perspective, bring some class, and bring a little different outlook. Example, you will never see them start a show yelling and screaming and ranting and raving, although you can tell by their facial expressions, some of them after a loss are ready to. But somehow they take a negative and turn it into a positive, and that's what makes it a beautiful podcast and a beautiful group of fans over there. And think about this. I don't know how many miles you are away from Raymond James Stadium. It's got to be like, what, 3,000 or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, around that.
3,000 miles away from the team that they support like diehards. Decades of misery here and there as a Buccaneer fan, and they're still here and they're still growing. And I'll tell you, if you're tired of, and I don't want to say tired because all the podcasts are good, but if you want something different, a different flavor, not guys who are going to think they're smarter than you, not guys who are going to think they're better than you, just guys who are like, hey, this is what we saw. What do you guys think? That's like how it feels like we're having a conversation with them. And that's what BucWhatYaHeard is bringing over here from this side of the pond. But Bucks UK, I can't say enough about them. I mean, they're in the United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, the Buccaneers can't fill up their own stadium in Tampa. But I guarantee you, if the Buccaneers go play a game in the United Kingdom, that gentleman on the lower part of the screen there will make sure that the stadium is full of Bucks fans. That's passion. That's loyalty. And that's dedication. Now that we've got all the sappy stuff ahead, did you guys know the Bucks are in the Super Bowl, bro?
What?
Are you serious?
Wow.
When did this happen?
I mean, I woke up this morning, and typically every morning you have, as you can see, a cup of coffee. You might go outside back and have a smoke, and you want to go ahead and read the headlines. And as a longtime Bucks fan this time of year, that typically means reading a mock draft or seeing who the potential free agents are. But here we are, 9 days from the Super Bowl, a day or two away from February, and we don't give a damn about the draft. We're talking about the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl.
The biggest game.
In Tampa. I mean,
yeah.
Right now, we're not talking about mock drafts or potential free agents. We're talking about whether or not they're going to be allowed to fire the cannons when the Buccaneers score in their own stadium in the Super Bowl. Think about that, guys.
And I want, Alex, real quick, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on this game? How are you feeling about this game? Are you comfortable with this game we're getting ready to have here?
So before I answer the question, Gene, can I just say thank you so much on behalf of Bucks UK for those kind words as well. You know, as I say, we appreciate Bucks Report immensely, and we've got a great team here at Bucks UK who work really hard behind the scenes. You know, it's not just me. We've got Kieran, Phil, and David who are our head honchos. They're our bosses, and the work they've done for this club is absolutely outstanding. And then, of course, we've got our members. You know, we're nothing without our members. This club. It's the fans that it's the fans that make Bucks UK. Without our members, we're nothing. And you know, in terms of our podcast, you know, we get our members involved. You know, there's not just me, Kieran, Adam, and a few others hosting. You know, we've over our first season, we've had 12 people. You know, could come on to the show and help us out. So, you know, I just want to say to all of our members and anyone who is associated with us, you know, a huge thank you from us all. We really do appreciate it. In terms of your question, Gene, about the game, I'm just excited for it. I really am. I just can't wait. You know, prior to the season, I was asked, what do I want the Buccaneers to do? Where do I want them to get to? And I said, just get to the postseason. Anything else, I'll take as a positive. And we got to the postseason. Amazing. We beat Washington. Oh my goodness. We beat the Saints. Third time of asking. That was incredible. And then we go and beat Green Bay in their own house and made to the Super Bowl. What? Are you kidding me? You know, I just can't wait for it. Simple as that. Whatever happens on Sunday, a week on Sunday, I am damn proud of this team and damn proud of that organization. We walk away as losers, as not Super Bowl champions. this season has still been a positive season. You know, whatever happens, you look back at certainly the previous 8 or 9 years we've had and compare it to this year. This has been just out of this world.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And think about this, and think about this, Alex. You look at how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won every game on the road. As a matter of fact, let's go back to the bye week. They've won every game since the bye week to get to where they are right now. And what the Buccaneers have accomplished, I don't know of too many teams, and I've gone back and looked historically, and I can't think of too many teams that have done what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have done the way they've done it.
The Buccaneers have taken the record book this season, ripped it to pieces, and completely rewritten it. That's how good this Buccaneers team has been. This 2020 Buccaneers have broken Buccaneer records this year. You know, Mike Evans, he is a future Hall of Famer. I don't care what anyone else says.
Absolutely.
The only player in NFL history to have 7+ seasons with 1,000 receiving yards or more. That he's a Hall of Famer playing at the moment. You know, Tom Brady came in and changed the mentality of this, certainly of this team offensively. You know, defensively, we're still as good as we were last year, but just a bit better, just a little bit stronger. Defensively, I wasn't too concerned. Offensively, we are a completely different unit. And then, as you said, Jim, you know, we've won our previous 7 or 8 games in a row. That's a new franchise record. This franchise has never done that. This is a completely different team, and it is just incredible to be watching this.
Yeah, absolutely. The dude, I guess I should say the dude. What do you think, man? What are your thoughts right now? I want to hear from you as well.
Well, Gene, you know, looking at the screen here, I'm obviously the oldest one. So I'm going to go ahead and take the old school route like I always do and point out, as somebody in the chat just mentioned, so way to steal my thunder there, buddy. The Chiefs are missing 2 offensive linemen. That's not being played. That's not being talked about very much. Typically, the Buccaneers have always struggled with backups, especially quarterbacks. But in this case, when you're bringing back number 50, double V, when you've got Shaq, JPP, Mr. Sue, because I call him Mr. Sue now, and then all the other cast of characters woven in there on that D line, I think we're going to see Pat Mahomes finally look a little flustered in the Super Bowl. So you're asking my thoughts on the game. It's real simple. It's playoff football. Pressure the other team's quarterback, protect your quarterback, run the football, control the clock. There's 4 things. You do that. They're hoisting the Lombardi trophy. There's a parade down Dale Mabry. And I think there'll be some kind of a big Bucks UK podcast to follow. I want to say, because the dude is kind of like the guy who stays behind the scenes a little bit. That's why you haven't heard from me all year. I want to thank the Sports Bay. What you've done with us this year has been phenomenal. We love the fact that you're bringing some knowledge about the game, and you're doing it with class and a little bit of flair, as I mentioned with your shirts earlier. I gotta gush a little bit.
Let's talk about. Well, she did put me on blast, so we got to mention that there. But go ahead.
Well, okay, Gene, I love you like a brother, but the other side of that is if she can put you on blast, and that's kind of a check mark on her side. I gotta say though, Bucks UK, yes, all the kind words I said about you. Not only did we mean it, we feel it, and that's why we're proud to have you as part of Bucks Report and promoting your podcast, and of course getting you guys on the show. Like, you know, you get harassed on the Twitter inbox like nightly with links. Hey, if you guys are awake, you know, I don't care if you're drunk or not. Come on. But so the Sports Bay, we love her. Bucks UK, we love you guys as well. Gene, you've been a brother from another mother, man. Gene and I go back quite a ways. Our love for beer and bacon is undeniable. Our love for the Buccaneers is unwavering. Everything that Gene has done with BucWhatYaHeard, before and since joining Bucks Report has been exactly what we thought and what we always envisioned Gene and his show to be. Gene, by his own admission, it was a reluctant competitor with us at first. He wanted to come on, but he's like, I kind of like doing my own thing. And he realized shortly that this reaction we get, the comments from the fans, even the jerks, kind of make the broadcast feel more like a club, like a gathering, like a bunch of friends sitting at a bar talking about the Buccaneers. And that's what Bucks Report with these shows, Bucks UK, BucWhatYaHeard, and of course the Sports Bay try to bring to this is we're not some guys in a suit on a big broadcast set talking down to you. We're talking to you and wanting to hear what you have to say. And that's what separates all of you from the rest of the people out here putting out the content. That said, I want to give the rest of the show off to you guys. But before, I got to throw in a couple plugs here because, the beverage that you see in the Dude's Cup doesn't come free. We got to pay for it somehow. So shout out to the Deck Bar and Grill at Isla del Sol. There will be a Super Bowl watch party there. It will be a packed house.
About these wings too.
The wings are great. The food is great. The people are great. The view is great. You can sit there on the deck and watch the Bucks games in 4K while you overlook the beautiful intercoastal of Tampa Bay. You can't really beat that. Everybody's friendly. That said, we also want to shout out Advanced Auto Parts. Big respect and props for the support you guys are giving us. Shout out to Smack Apparel. See there, Gene? I didn't forget about your homies.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Smack Apparel. If you guys like T-shirts like the Sports Bay does, Smack Apparel. It's a no-brainer. Tonight, 9:00, we got the Sports Web with Peter Blake. I saw in the chat some calls for Harry and or as you guys call them in the chat, the Greek. Look for Harry the Greek tonight on the Sports Web. A couple surprises. Of course, Peter Blake bringing the passion, bringing the excitement, but not bringing the nonsense. And if the dude is able to refill this beverage and catch his breath, he'll be on the Sports Web too. So tune in back here at 9:00 tonight. Gene, Sports Bay, Alex, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And fire the cannons, go Bucks, bring home the trophy, title town Tampa. All you trolls out there, thank you for trolling. Now get your asses back out under the bridge.
There we go, man. There we go.
Awesome.
My guy, the dude, I appreciate it. Man, do you think we can get Adam? Adam, are you still out there? Does Adam have access to the link?
I can give him access to it. But,
Wake up, Adam.
Yeah, we got to have Adam on, man.
Let's see.
Hanging out with him on Sunday was so fun.
He's a great dude.
And actually, I want to keep you on. I think we're going to try to get some phone calls on here. But before I do, I had a couple of questions for both of you, you and Christina both. And for you, and I'm gonna start with Christina. What was a turning point for you for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers where you knew that this team was going to be like going places and doing things? What game?
I have two turning points. The first one is going to be the Bears game. So we had a devastating loss to the Bears. It should have never been a loss, but what happened after that was we got rid of all of the penalties. We became a much cleaner team as far as offsides, pass interference calls, unnecessary roughness, anything and everything. The Bucs have been notorious for being the most penalized team in the NFL the past couple of years. And now they play. There weren't any for most of the game for Green Bay. There were almost no penalties. I think there was only ended up being 3 at the end of the day. And then the second one is after the bye week when we came out and we just played on fire. After the bye, there's nothing that could stop us.
Well, there you go. And Alex, what about you? What was your turning point for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
When we signed Tom Brady. Simple as that. that was the sign. I think we all knew it. One thing that Bill says, Bill's the main boss of us here at Bucks UK, and he's of course he's been on your show as well, Gene. He was on with you a while ago. He from the moment we signed Brady, I had doubts when we signed him originally when I first heard it, and then I was talking to him, and he was just saying to me, "Look, Brady's a winner. He's got that mentality. He can bring through any team that he plays for. Look at what he did at New England when he didn't necessarily have all the weapons. He never missed. He got to the playoffs every year. So after talking to Phil and sort of coming to my senses, and when we signed him, that was it. And as Christina said, that Chicago game was a big one. That was huge. But it was. But signing Tom Brady, he's a game changer. He changed the franchise. And the moment we signed him, and the moment I came to my common senses, I realized that this was going to be something pretty special. And look what happened. We're going to the Super Bowl. we're in the Super Bowl. So yeah, Tom Brady when we signed him.
And I want to get I have two questions. It's twofold. I'm going to start with Christina, and I'm going to come to you next. Who is your regular season MVP for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and who is your playoffs MVP for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
So I'm going to go right ahead and say my playoff MVP is Sean Murphy-Bunting. And I say that because he is on fire right now. And I've said it before. Regular season, I thought he was the weakest link on the defense. He was kind of slow, always off coverage. And for some reason, people want to talk about playoff Lenny. We talk about playoff Sean Murphy-Bunting. He's a whole nother person. So, MVP regular season, I'm a defense girl, so I'm never going to really say an offensive person, so it's got to be Devin White.
Okay. All right, so we got Sean Murphy-Bunting regular season, and we got Devin White for the postseason.
No. Sean Murphy-Bunting is postseason.
Oh, Sean Murphy-Bunting postseason and Devin White regular season. All right, Alex, for you.
Do you want me to come up with two different names?
Were they the same ones?
Yeah. I will. I'm going to break the rules a little bit.
This is a fun show. You know what? You can come with whatever you want to. There's no wrong.
I'm going to say regular season MVPs plural. I'm going to give it to the offensive line because I think they are guys who have gone. Hey, Kieran. Hey, hi, Kieran. They are guys who have gone under the radar.
Okay.
And I just want to give a shout out as well to Donovan Smith, who has improved drastically.
I think it was that Bears game specifically.
Now, let me ask you this. Is Donovan Smith your regular season or your postseason MVP?
Don't make me name him personally, please, because I've ripped him to pieces for the whole of the season. I
wanted to launch his ass into the sun personally.
Yeah.
So.
No. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna give my regular season. If you want me to give one name, I'm going for Tristan Wirfs for regular season MVP.
Tristan Wirfs, okay,
because he's been absolutely sensational. And then postseason, I agree with Christina in terms of Sean Murphy-Bunting, but I'm also gonna say about I'm gonna go. Oh, see, it's tough. I'm going to have to have Sean Murphy-Bunting because compared to the regular season, the difference Sean Murphy-Bunting has done in the playoffs, it's like it's a different player. I think he's got to pick each game, or and that's just incredible. I would have said Antoine Winfield Jr. if he hadn't got injured, because he has also been absolutely outstanding. And as Eric says, I
just want to give it to the DBs. Can we just give it to the
Yes, can we do that?
Grave diggers.
Okay, so for me, I'm going with Tom Brady. I have to go with Tom Brady. because I think Tom Brady, and I will say this because I was indifferent when Tom Brady came to Tampa.
Me too.
And if you look from beginning to end what Tom Brady's meant to this team, we look at all the different quarterbacks that you've had going all the way back to Brad Johnson. From Brad Johnson to Tom Brady, you've had I don't know how many quarterbacks, but at the end of the day, once Tom Brady got in place, everything changed. And it all started pointing positive after Tom Brady got here and started practicing with these players, against regulation for COVID or whatever. They were out there working out in at the high school stadium, and they just continued to get better and better and better. And he was able to implement what he does best with this Bruce Arians, Byron Leftwich offense. So to me, Tom Brady, I'm going to give him regular season because the Bucks 11-5 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Nobody can remember. Nobody on this panel can remember that a time where we've seen that, and we've seen where an offensive coordinator, a head coach, and a quarterback can all come together and put together something this amazing and not have preseason, not have OTAs, not have rookie camp, not have any of that stuff, and put this together collectively. Your first game should have been game one of preseason, but it's a regular season game and it counts. So what he did moving forward against probably, in my opinion, the second best team in the NFL in the New Orleans Saints, going out there and playing them competitively, and then moving forward throughout the season, I have to say Tom Brady. And that would be my guy right there. And for me, for my postseason player, it's Vita Vea. It's Vita Vea.
After only playing one game, yeah.
Yeah, after only playing one game, and how he changed the way everybody on that defensive line played. You could tell he was missed. There were a lot of times where you saw zero pass rush from this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive line. But to have a man like this who can eat up double teams, who can eat up blocks, he's a space eater. He forces your running back to do something totally different. He forces your offensive coordinator to rethink life. I mean, you can't stress enough just how important Vita Vea has been to this team. And he's come along at the right time. I think that Kansas City did not get to see Vita Vea.
Nope.
They didn't. When Kansas City beat Tampa, they saw a team that didn't have Vita Vea. They didn't have Ali Marpet either. And I think that they were still trying to work Antonio Brown into the system.
Yeah.
And I do not believe that the Kansas City Chiefs saw the best Tampa Bay Buccaneers team when they beat them right before the bye week.
I do just want to go on the point you were saying there about Vita Vea, Gene, because I can't remember the exact stat, but on our recent podcast, Gary Bottley, who's one of our members, and he's on our podcast as well. He gave a great stat, and it was the numbers of sacks that Shaq Barrett had when Vita Vea was in compared to when he wasn't in. And the numbers the contrast was huge. It was such a massive difference. And we saw that against Green Bay. If you watch Vea, he is pushing their centre back all the time. Yeah. And it does not give Rodgers any time. And then you look at Barrett, and he's just coming in, and JPP actually, sorry, both of them, just coming in off the edge. Rodgers is having no time. So it's a very good point what you make about Vea.
Yeah, and he just destroyed the pocket. There were times where Vita Vea was double teamed, and you're seeing Shaq Barrett coming clean. Yeah. You're seeing JPP coming clean. And other than the holds, and again, the referees and the NFL referees,
they were letting them play. They were letting them play.
Yeah, they were. I understand that, but come on, if you got somebody in a chokehold and they're trying to get around the line, and you can't set the edge because JPP and you have to cheat. I mean, there's a problem with that.
Yeah. And we've talked about it on this show before, as far as Vita Vea being like very missed. The reason Shaq Barrett did not put up the big numbers like he did last season is because of Vita Vea. And we saw this in the Green Bay game last week. All of those sacks that came on Aaron Rodgers are because of the pressure that Vita put on the offensive line. like Gene said, he's taking 2 men at a time, and JPP and Shaq are able to run free almost. So what was it? 5 sacks on Aaron Rodgers?
And and was it 3 of them were Shaq's as well?
3 were Shaq's, 2 were JPP.
But keep in mind, Vita was on the field for every single sack that occurred.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
That just shows.
Yeah, the sacks came because of Vita Vea. I remember like he wasn't in the first couple of plays, and I remember like you see him in there for the first time forever, 350 pounds of him with the luscious curly locks, and I was like, "There's Vita, he's coming, he's coming." And I think it was the first play got a sack. The first play he was on the field. No, it was like the first drive. I don't think it was the first play.
Yeah.
But it was pretty quick. And I was like, there he is. I was like, he's so large and in charge and ready to go.
That's the whole thing right there, Christina. You're absolutely right. Is what he means to this defense. I mean, and I'm not taking anything away from Nacho. I'm not taking anything away from Will Golston. I'm not taking away from anything from Nelson or any of the other players that have contributed to this team. But I have to tell you what Vita Vea means to this team. I mean, you're forcing like Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell is a non-factor when Vita Vea is on the field. Edward Claire-Allaire, different. It's a different game. And again, the Kansas City Chiefs have not seen this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. They've not seen it. They saw a semblance of it, but they have not seen this actual defense. I promise you it will be a different situation.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be completely different. Defense is going to be able to make the adjustments and contain Tyreek Hill. They did it the second half of the game. They weren't able to in the beginning. They left Carlton Davis on an island all by himself. So hopefully they're going to double team or make some sort of adjustments on Tyreek Hill. And, I think it's going to be easy.
And I want to ask this question to the chat and everybody. Ali Marpet was not in that. He didn't play in that Kansas City Chiefs game, I don't think. I thought he was out.
He was out.
I thought he came back after the bye. So
yeah, he was out in that game, and I believe what was it? It wasn't
Larson, Ted Larson. It was Ted Larson was in.
Ted Larson did, and he did not do a great job. I don't think.
No, he didn't.
It was very
that wasn't a great game for that one. No.
Yeah, but like I said, the Bucs started to come back in that Kansas City Chiefs game about halftime. They just weren't able to, make it work. They weren't able to, we didn't have our DBs. We're not as good as they are right now. They're young. They're just still learning. And then, we didn't have Ali Marpet. We didn't have Vita Vea. And, the offense was still trying to mesh Bruce Arians and Brady.
They really hadn't worked Antonio Brown into the system yet.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. AB was not in the system yet. And, BA and Tom were still, kind of button heads on what kind of offense they wanted to run. And now they've meshed them together. And I think the offense is pretty unstoppable.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for you, Alex, I'm going to ask you, and I was hoping we can get Adam on here, but
I'm assuming he must be asleep. He's not responding to the WhatsApp messages, so he must be asleep.
That whiskey over in Wales must have got to him or something.
Yeah. How are you still awake? Wait, what time is it again?
It's now 1:30.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Oh, that's not bad. This is normal for you, right?
Well, but with the Super Bowl, it will be about just after half time ish, or now I would have thought it'd be just about second half. I would have thought for the Super Bowl by now. So yeah, no, we're good. We've been up until us the Bucks UK members. We've been up at 4:30 in the morning watching the Bucks. So there you go. Yeah, cheers, Kieran. Yeah, Adam is in bed. Yep, there you
go. Kieran, I love this guy. So he said,
big shout out to Kieran. He did a lot of work for Bucks UK as well. He's fantastic. Kieran is.
Yeah. So with this game, what are your expectations? What are your keys to victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this Super Bowl game?
Yeah. So when we previewed the regular season game against Kansas on the Bucks UK podcast, I was asked that exact question. And I said we need to get to Sorry, just in Kieran's response. Sorry. I was asked what's my key to the game, and I said we need to get to Mahomes. We need to use our pass rush and get to him. Now, first half we didn't do that, and look at the damage he caused with Tyreek Hill, for example. In the second half, we changed completely, and we were getting to Mahomes. We were making him uncomfortable in the pocket. We were forcing him out of the pocket. And don't get me wrong, he's a great player out of the pocket. Yeah. He can really throw the ball. But we've got such speed with our linebackers, in particular Devin White. His speed is scary. He's that quick. So for me, we need to make sure that our pass rush is as good as it was against Green Bay. We got to get to Mahomes and stop him making those plays. We showed we could do it in the regular season game. I don't see any reason why we can't do it in the Super Bowl as well.
Yeah, there you go. Christina.
Yeah, it's absolutely going to be protecting Brady and then getting to Mahomes. And Mahomes can run, so it's going to be all about containing him when he does go on the run. And it's going to be up to the DBs to work on Tyreek Hill and shut him down. I think they will be able to shut him down and take that threat away from Patrick. And it's just going to be a great game overall. Yeah, so protect Brady, shut down Tyreek Hill, get Mahomes. That's it. Easy, right?
Go.
Easy.
Yeah, and I'm in agreement with you guys. I think that the defense really has to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes. I go back to the game against the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers were able to keep pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and they almost took that game into overtime. It's one of those things that I believe if the Carolina Panthers, based on their play calling, they were able to get the ball out quickly. They were able to make plays, and they were able to keep that offense off the field. Carolina had the blueprint, I think, for beating the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think one of the big things for me is when you look at the level of talent that Tampa has at the linebacker core, at the front seven, the front seven, and how Christina, you talked about it, how the secondary is starting to really mature.
The grave diggers.
Yes.
Yeah.
and you've got a player like a Antoine Winfield Jr., which nobody, and I'll call you a liar to your face, nobody expected Antoine Winfield Jr. to be where he is, playing like a veteran. He's not playing like a rookie. I know that he's made rookie mistakes, but he's playing like a veteran.
Yeah, Mike Edwards is, balling out as well when he stepped up and took Antoine Winfield's place. Like we got some good players, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, Ben Parrish talked about Patrick Mahomes having turf toe, and if you guys experienced anything like that with a foot injury, I can promise you cannot run. You can't put any pressure or any force on your foot. It's a weird injury to have. And I promise you cannot get the best out of somebody when they have an injury of that level.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So real quick, guys, we know what we saw. And this is, I'm grabbing this from the chat, basically. Shout out to everybody in the chat. When the New Orleans Saints were running kickoff returns, our special teams struggled. And you're looking at a Kansas City Chiefs team that historically has always had good kickoff returners.
Okay.
How do they counteract that? Is that something? I know they have the physical tools to do it. How do you fix something like that or overcome these type of deficiencies when it comes to special teams?
Practice tackling on the practice field.
Tackle.
Yeah.
Tackle.
This might be if this is a typical English guy comment. I'm about to say I apologize to all you Americans for this. But,
no, you're fine. You're fine. You're protected.
Okay, great. But we have well, no, not we. If you look at rugby players and the way that they tackle in the game,
That's fundamental. Very fundamental.
Yeah, a basic lesson in tackling for everybody. If you don't have your legs, you can't run. And then when you see the players going in for these massive, they want to do these massive sort of showboating hits where you hear the pads absolutely smack and then they can stand over their opponent. Just put your arms around the guy's legs. That's it's all you got to do.
Wrap
For
them
some
up.
reason, we just
Wrap 'em
wrap
up.
them up. Exactly, wrap them up, and we don't do that. I think it was I can't remember what game it was now. But it was Mickens on a special teams play. Where the first return was, it might have been a Saints game actually, where it was something like a 50-yard return or more, just over.
Yeah, that was the Saints game.
Yeah,
It was
Mickens
the
has
Saints
been
game.
having some good returns the last 2 games.
Yeah, but in terms of the defensive side of things, though, well, on the Saints' first return, he tried to do a big shoulder hit, and they got 50 yards plus or whatever.
Yeah,
if he had just tackled properly, so to speak, and not tried to make the big
It's the
hit,
fundamentals.
basic fundamentals, basic football. So for me, just tackle properly. That's all it is for me.
Yep.
There you go, Christina.
I mean, that's all it comes down to. I really didn't even think there was a problem with the special teams on kickoffs until that Saints game. And, they might have been a little exposed, but I think, they're working on it. I think that was like the first time that they faced anybody who could run the ball back. And who is the Chiefs return man? Do we know?
I'm not sure, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but I'm just like Alex said, you just got to wrap them up. You got to break down and get that tackle, whatever. Like, that's your job. Do it.
There you go. And that's another key right there. Do your job. That's so important right now. And I think we can't stress that enough. Secondary or special teams, do your job. And I think the Bucs will be just fine. I did open the phone line up. I hope you're okay with that. We're going to try to get a live caller in. 813-358-8154. Give us a call. And next week will be your time. Next Friday, I will have the phone lines open up where you guys can talk about this, because we will be just that close to the Super Bowl. But for now, I know we had some special guests on, and I really wanted to, get your perspective on things. And I know it's towards the end of the show, but I do want to get some people on here. 813-358-8154. Give us a call. I do want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl? Also, we are giving away a free Smack Apparel t-shirt for, you never know. It could be a Tom Brady shirt. It could be a Super Bowl shirt. Have you seen the new Smack Apparel shirts, Christina?
I need to get my hands on one of those new Smack Apparel shirts. I love Smack Apparel. I love their shirts. I need one of those. Like the dude was saying, I got to have my shirts.
That's right. Your t-shirt game is really leveling up here since you've been hanging out with me. Yeah. And I owe a lot of that to myself.
To yourself? You think that you're just
okay. Gene, I know you got a rather nice Bucks UK t-shirt hiding somewhere as well.
Yes, right? And I wear that all the time. I've gotten a lot of compliments on that shirt. There you go.
Right here.
I'm gonna have to get me one of those.
No, you can't get one of those, but yeah.
What?
Yeah, not for sale, I'm afraid, Christina. Sorry about
that.
Fine.
So, Hartman is their returner. Thank you, Russ. Okay. Appreciate you, man. If we could get a caller, I would love to hear from you guys. Seriously. I mean, it would just take a moment. We're going to be nice to you, and you get to answer 10 questions in 60 seconds. And, again, it's a chance to win a Smack Apparel shirt, Defend the Bay. Do we have a picture? Let me see if I can find a picture of that shirt. That shirt is so cool.
Yeah, I've not seen this. I've not seen this yet. So yeah, try and find a picture. I've not seen it.
You can pull it up on Twitter.
You know what? We probably can. Let's see here. Smack Apparel, Collagen Pro. Oh, Defend the Bay. Here we go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's the shirt right there. Let me see if I can get that. Yeah, I think I can get that on here. Okay.
Yeah, you can just share your screen.
Yeah, I am going to do that. Actually, this is like being at work almost. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, hold on. Let's shoot this over here. Now we're going to try this again. Let's see. Share screen. Share screen. Best on my computer.
Yeah, it's a really great shirt. It's got.
Yeah, it really is. I actually like it. Let's There we go. Wow. All right, there we go. So this is your.
Oh, nice.
Defend the
And I
Bay.
like this, man. How can you not like this?
Nah, that's cool. That's really nice.
So yeah, basically it's defend the Bay. I mean, we have to defend the Bay from all. Oh, is so. That's kind of where we are right there. Let me go ahead and. All right, but that's the shirt, so you guys know. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, give us a call. Answer some simple questions. There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah. So we have what and how this works. We have 10 questions, 60 seconds. And Christina, do you have the questions?
I got all the questions.
And Christina will be asking you the questions here, and it's NFL related. It's not all Bucks. Just so hopefully you know you guys have an idea that this is not all Bucks, and so the questions will be very simple. There's no wrong answer. So
yeah, no wrong answer at all. We just want to know your opinion, what you're thinking. Super simple.
We do have somebody here. Hold on 1 second here. We have a caller. All right, you are live on Buck What You Heard. Who are we talking with?
Hey, what's going on? This is Eric Scott.
Eric Scott, how are you doing, my friend?
Yes, sir. Hey, man.
Hey, where are you calling?
Night.
Real quick, where are you calling from, my friend?
Annapolis, Maryland.
Annapolis. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
So we have Eric. We have Eric from Annapolis. Hey, let me get your thoughts on the Super Bowl real quick, and then I'll you know what? The floor is yours, my friend.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, I was I'll tell you a little. I mean, I'm from Maryland, but I went to school at UT, and I had that the half season ticket package or whatever for the 4 years I was there, and I lived in Tampa for 5 years. But I was a Bucs fan before I went there, and yeah, man, I'm living the dream. It's Friday night, 18 years of heartbreak and heartache, and I don't know if it's really hit me yet, but I feel like it hits me in spurts. You know what I mean? That we're actually in the Super Bowl. So I'm chilling, man. I'm playing a little of the Super Bowl Chiefs Bucks Madden right now. First play, I got a pick six with Levante. Second play, they throw it to Tyreek Hill. I forced a fumble with Levante. So if the Super Bowl is anything like this Madden game I'm playing right now, we'll be all right.
I need Levante to step it up. He's my dog. I need him to step it up.
Heck yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the game?
You know what? Like, obviously, we played them in week 6. We lost by 3. I don't know, we were losing by a lot more, but we cut it to 3 at the end. They say, we could have had a shot if Brady got another shot at or another chance with the ball. But like everyone says, man, we're a different team now. And did they have? I know they had at least one of their tackles when they played us, but did they have both of their tackles, Fisher and Schwartz?
I think their O-line was healthy at that time.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, like, literally bringing it back to what I'm doing right now, like, literally their 2 best offensive linemen at the tackle position are not playing. So bringing it back, I'm a big I play video games, so if you don't already know, if you take Schwartz and Fisher off of the Chiefs Madden roster, their best offensive lineman is like a 71 overall, which isn't very good. Yeah. So I think, but it's not real life. But I think that's huge, man. Like the dude was saying, they're down 2 alignments, and our front 7 is tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think and I don't hear, like I watch YouTube clips about, whatever Undisputed or whatever it's called. I don't know, all those shows, ESPN. And they don't talk about that. You know what I mean? They don't talk about the Bucks having any shot at all. And you know what? I think we do have a shot. I really do. I really think.
You know what? I'm right there with you. Are you ready to win a T-shirt, my friend?
Oh, heck yeah. I've been buying so much apparel in these past couple weeks. It's not even funny. Like,
me too. I almost no money left.
Yeah.
So, and I have to ask you, what social media platforms are you on? Are you on Twitter?
All of them. Yep, I'm Twitter. Easy Buck. Literally the letter E, the letter Z, and then Buck. BUCS.
All right. So, my next question for you: Are you following me on BucWhat? Are you following BucWhatYaHeard on Twitter?
If I'm not,
there's no wrong answer here. I will not. I swear I will not hold this against you.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just double check.
All right. Well, before you do that, what we have here.
I am, and I have my notifications on all tweets.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. This is a guy that I want you to win this so bad. So what we have, we've got 10 questions, 60 seconds.
All right.
There's no wrong answer. So whatever you say is just your answer. Okay. So don't think a lot into this. So
just answer and don't give an explanation. You can explain after, but we got the timer running, so you gotta be quick.
Okay. Yeah, this is just like the draft. You're on. This is like the draft. You're on the clock.
Okay, rapid fire kind of thing, huh?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
All right. So, Gene, I do not have all the questions. The ones you sent me, some of them are incomplete.
Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this. Are these like just random questions?
These are all NFL related questions.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Like something Swami.
Yeah. Basically, this is what it comes down to. So, Christina, you want me to do this?
Yeah, because some of the questions you sent me aren't complete.
Yeah, blame me. All right. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask the first question, and these are all NFL related questions, and you just answer however you see fit. Okay. So I'm going to ask the first question.
Comes to my mind.
Yep. I'm going to ask the first question, and then you're going to go ahead and I'll start the clock. So first question, Vita Vea.
How much time do I have first?
60 seconds. 1 minute.
Okay.
Vita Vea, Leonard Fournette, or Shaq Barrett? Who do you have?
Vita Vea.
Deshaun Watson, stay or go in Houston?
Go.
Aaron Rodgers, stay or go in Green Bay?
Stay.
Matt Stafford, stay or go in Detroit?
Go.
Russell Wilson versus Aaron Rodgers. Who do you have?
Aaron Rodgers.
Cam Jordan or Myles Garrett? Who do you got?
Myles Garrett all day long.
Jamal Adams or Buda Baker? Who do you have?
Buda Baker.
If the Bucks win, it will be because of offense or defense. The Super Bowl.
Both.
Bucks defense. Who do you have on the Bucks defense? Who's your MVP?
Devin White.
All right. You got it with 2 seconds left. So you did win.
3 seconds?
You had 2 seconds to spare, my friend. This is the cool thing. What we're going to do, we're going to get you one of these shirts out of here, the Defend the Bay shirts for the Super Bowl. Hopefully we can get it out to you. That's what we try to do here. We'll try to get that shirt out to you as quickly as possible. I will reach out to Smack Apparel. Hopefully we can get that shipped out tomorrow. What I want for you is to give me your shirt size, name, and address. If you can DM me on Twitter, I will get that out to you.
Oh, boy. All right. Yes, will do. I was not expecting that at all. No one was calling in. So
that's what it means to call in. That's what we do here, man. And again, we've had a lot of people that were like disappointed that we didn't get their call. They didn't know what was going on. But again, there you go.
Early bird gets the worm.
There you go.
Congratulations.
So what we do before we let you go, my friend, give me your final thoughts. What for you? Final thoughts. It could be anything NFL related. It could be related to the Bucks. It could be related to the Super Bowl. But just your final thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. I'll put it short and sweet. I was 7 years old. You can do the math when the last time the Bucks won the Super Bowl. I haven't been a fan since '76 because I wasn't alive back then. But if I was, I would have been because I love the orange. But yeah, so I have a very vague memory of when we won the Super Bowl. All I remember is the Keyshawn Johnson jersey that my cousin gave me, and that started my Buccaneer fandom. I cried the day John Gruden left. I forget how old I was. I was maybe 11. I don't know, but I was probably a little too old to be crying about a coach getting fired.
You're never too old to cry about the Bucks.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yes. As Bucks fans, we are allotted that much. So yeah. So what is it? I don't know. 15 years later, I don't know. I opened a bottle of champagne tonight, so I'm not really.
So what is this? What is this championship? What is going to the Super Bowl? Winning the NFC Championship. What does this mean to you?
So, like I said, yeah, this means the world. I'm elated. Like I was very young when we were in the Super Bowl, so I feel like if you would have told me 5 months ago that the Bucks were gonna get Tom Brady, go to the Super Bowl, and all the other guys we got, obviously, go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl in our home stadium, and Tom Brady's gonna be like holding up the Lombardi Trophy in Raymond James Stadium, I would have like either not believed you or just kind of try to wake myself up out of the dream. I don't know, because it doesn't seem real, and it still doesn't seem real. And I think we're the luckiest fans on the face of the earth, and I think that we are being rewarded for our loyalty.
There you go.
I mean? I think it's all a part of the plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All God's plan.
I love it.
Oh man, this is great.
Couldn't be happy.
Deep.
Couldn't be happier.
This is great. Hey, again, thank you so much. Congratulations. Like I said, you're following me on Twitter. Hit me up, get me your address and all your shipping information, and I'll get that shirt out to you. Oh, and I need to know what size as well. So again, thank you so much for calling in, and you're greatly appreciated. Call in next week. We will have the phone lines open the whole time next week, and we'll definitely be talking about the Bucks. So again, thank you so much, man. You have a good one.
Hey, thank you guys. Love you guys. Keep it up. Best show on the earth. And go Bucks, baby.
Thanks, right. Go Bucks.
All right. Well, guys, I know we're pushing close to Peter Blake's time to come on. I didn't realize we have been on as long.
Get off now.
Yeah, we've been on for a minute. Guys, I apologize if I missed you. I will get you next week. We're going to be talking, Christina and myself. We will be having the phone lines open. Alex, thank you so much. Bucks UK. Shout out to Bucks UK. If you guys are on YouTube, looking for Bucks content, Bucks UK. You can't miss it. Great content. These guys really bring it, and they know what they're talking about, believe it or not.
Thank you,
believe it or not, in a good way, because
it kind of sounded like bad. Like, believe it or not. Like,
no, and I need to let you guys.
I know you meant it in a good way.
The Bucks UK, not a slight, because those guys all know what they're talking about. But when here in America, you think, okay, NFL, only Americans think about this. But what you guys do, you research, and just you guys know what you're talking about, and that's greatly appreciated. Again, and next week, guys, we will give you guys another opportunity to win a Super Bowl, defend the Bay, beat Kansas City t-shirt from Smack Apparel. We love Smack Apparel and they love us. But anyway, that's pretty much it for us. Peter Blake is up next, and he should be coming on here about nine minutes, I think. And I apologize for running over, but it was so great to get to talk to you guys, and you guys are greatly appreciated. We are out of here.
time to catch another ship, yeah. And it's like a lotus, so it's time to flip the script, yeah.